Good day to you. Good day to you. Good day to you. We are doing the good stuff, only the good stuff for the elements. There will be a full clarification. And we're going to get started with earth, then we'll do air, water, and fire. Hello, Vicky. Good to see you. I feel like I always start early, but I guess it's better to be early than late. So we are going to get started with earth signs. That's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and let's get into it. The good stuff. What's the good stuff coming? Only the good stuff. Only the good stuff. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The good stuff. Okay. Okay, earth signs. Overall energy for this good stuff reading. We have number 9, broken heart. And it's pertaining to number 30, adjudication. Broken heart is interesting in this energetic deck. It is about it healing. So I feel like there's some kind of final judgment coming through, that you're making some kind of a final judgment or final decision when it comes to some kind of a heartbreaking situation. And I mean, that could be anything. It could be love, it could be life, it could be whatever the case is for you. There's healing taking place. And so that's tremendously good. And I feel like the judgment or the adjudication, it's like I feel finality coming with a situation. And I think the reason it's coming is because we have awakening, Pisces energy. That's where it's kind of a self-sacrifice. You gain a new perspective on whatever the situation is. And by shifting your perspective, it can really shift you into that healing anyway, or even complete the healing. We have the 10 of fire. Well, you're finally dropping the burden. Whatever it was that you were holding on to, you're letting it go. 10 of fire is all about baggage that you've been carrying around upwards of 10 years, if not longer. It is things that no longer serve you, and gaining that new perspective is allowing you to maybe drop off a lot of those ideas that you had been carrying around, or negative, I heard impulses maybe that you have been moving through life with. We have the star, Aquarius energy. You have almost all major arcanas, I'll just say that. So this is major good stuff coming your way. Earth signs. The star is wish fulfillment, but it's also about having faith and moving towards that north node, your destined path, faith in the future. I don't necessarily feel like you should have hope, because hope almost feels like you're out of control. Like it almost feels like you're in lack, but faith feels very much like you're moving towards whatever your wish fulfillment is. And then we have release, the death card, Scorpio energy. Love that. That's when the magic happens. It's, they say it's endings bringing new beginnings, but nothing really ends. It's transmutation. It's shifting from one energy into another. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 34, door to personal healing and happiness. And it's pertaining to number 25, high honor. High honor, I feel, is the honor of shifting out of some lower level cycle that you had been in. Like, whatever you've dropped that you're no longer holding on to in itself feels like you have achieved, you've moved up a peg. We also have the Chariot, Cancer energy. That is victory, success, movement forward. It also there could be some kind of recognition coming your way. And then we do have the Three of Earth. Beautiful. You could be collaborating with others. However, it could just be that you are putting forth your energy and effort into doing the things that you love for yourself. Whether it's, well, I heard arts and crafts, but it could be so much more. Like you could be creating a business out of something that you are called to or that you absolutely love, something that doesn't feel like work. Let's clarify, shall we? What is the awakening, this new perspective? Interesting. So we have the Knight of Wands, fire energy. This is movement, momentum, passion, drive, desire. And I feel like it's pertaining to, well, the Four of Wands. So it can be a celebration, an anniversary, a union, a coming together, a wedding. But I feel like it's so much more than that. It's like the templed path. It's leveling up, following that, again, North Star. What was it? So clarity on the things that actually matter. But it almost feels like what matters to you is shifting. So it's like, give me a good example. Okay, interesting. I'm being drawn to give the example, and I don't remember where I saw this, and it was so many years ago, so I'm paraphrasing the whole story. This person had a piano, and they caught their child etching into the piano. And they remember very distinctly getting very angry with the child, like, you destroyed it, like, that's horrible, the child was punished. And later down the road, I don't know, 20, 30 years, I don't know if the child had passed. I'm feeling like maybe that was the case. But they ended up treasuring that the child did that because they got a new perspective on it. Like, life's too short. It was just stuff. There was no need for, so for somebody, I feel like you're going to gain a whole new perspective on what matters to you. And then we have the High Priestess, Pisces energy. I definitely feel like you're following your intuition, your higher guidance, and opening more to a spiritual aspect in life. What is this 10 of fire? I feel like that's exactly what's allowing you to release this baggage. Like, it just doesn't matter anymore. Why am I still holding on to all of this stuff? Why am I, identifying with something that happened 5-10 years ago? Why am I letting this situation or whatever control my existence? So what it is that you're dropping, we have the Tower, Scorpio, Aries energy. This is literally things shifting overnight. Like, it truly can be that easy when you gain a new perspective, that it completely will shift your reality. With the Sun, well, the Sun is happiness, joy, prosperity, creativity. It's the happiest card in the deck, but it's Leo energy, by the way. It also illuminates, and what it could be illuminating for you is the Page of Pentacles. A lack of opportunities coming through, or even you lacking and moving towards things. I feel like this shift in perspective is showing you the stuck in stagnancy that you've been in, that you're gaining a new perspective on life, your life, what matters, what doesn't matter. I also feel like you are going to be moving towards a happier time, the happiest card in the deck with the Sun, but it feels as though not only are you seeing where you weren't moving forward and not making any kind of growth, but I also feel like you're going to be very particular with what you so choose to hold on to. What is the Star card? Ooh, I love it when that happens. So the Star is being clarified by the Star. Wish fulfillment, Aquarius energy. The Hermit, Virgo energy. And the Chariot, Cancer energy. Lots of major arcanas coming out for you, Earth signs. So again, wish fulfillment, moving towards your North Star. The Hermit card, Virgo energy. This is all about going within and truly figuring out what matters to you, what you're passionate about, what drives you. But also the Star is in this person's lantern. So they're not only moving forward with passion, drive, and desire with a golden wand, which to me speaks highly about spiritual passion and drive and desire, not just some, passion in the respect of maybe 3D passion. This is more spiritual drive. And they're moving towards their wish fulfillment, their North Star, what their purpose is, their divine purpose. And that's when you get the victory, success, and the forward momentum. When you take maybe a more spiritual approach to it. What is the release? Besides the broken heart, what's the release? Nope, that flipped and then flipped back. Do I take it? I'm going to set it aside. That's a lot. Okay. That's so funny. Because there's your broken heart. And it wouldn't have ended up on the bottom. That whole kerfunkery not even happened. Okay. I'll show you the card that I set aside here in a second. So I feel like what you're releasing is, well, I heard an immaturity when it comes to emotions, for sure. A naivety. I don't know if that's the right word. That's what I'm getting. With the Two of Wands, I feel like you are definitely turning your back on an old way of doing emotions, for sure, especially because your energy is about healing your heart chakra, or your heart, your emotions. But you're moving towards the world, which this to me is like the minor arcana of the world card, a brand new cycle beginning. With the Judgment card, Scorpio energy, this is literally a surrender and a moving in a new direction. Like that's what the release is all about. It's a transmutation. You're shifting out of an old energy and moving into a new one. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, a brand new emotional beginning. But it feels more like an upgrade of your emotional, I keep hearing immature. So I don't know if your emotions were immature, if they were immature because they're the same ones you've carried since childhood, and that's why you're needing to release or upgrade or shift out of them. But again, it's pertaining to that broken heart. The card that came out was the King of Swords, specifically Gemini, but it's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I feel like you could be dealing with an air sign, somebody who embodies this energy, or you're going to be embodying this energy. This is the energy of somebody who is analytical. They're kind of a wordsmith. They could be opinionated, a chatty Cathy, but also it's somebody who's willing to cut out people, places, and situations that just don't serve them. Let's get to the underlying. The door to personal healing and happiness with the High Honor, victory, success, movement forward, and really going towards what it is that you love, whether it's collaborating with others or on your own. We have the World card. Perfect. Perfect. I love seeing the world. There's an ending to a cycle, and it's pertaining to whatever that heartbreak was. It's going to be different for everybody. With the adjudication, I feel like it's a final judgment, but it could have been a divorce that you went through. It could have been something that truly broke your heart. I mean, I don't know if you've ever felt that energy of your heart actually breaking. But it is an experience, and normally growth comes from those kinds of experiences. Either way, Aquarius, Capricorn energy, an old cycle. It's time to celebrate. You're done. You're moving forward. With the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you've not only put in the work, energy, and effort, but you're continuing to put in the work, energy, and effort with the Six of Pentacles to bring balance into your life. Not only balance, but prosperity. What is the Three of Earth? For some of you, you could be finding out who you truly are. Well, I guess we're just dropping these all over the floor. You could be, for the first time, really deciding or understanding what it is that you like, aside from other people, places, and situations. So, the Three of Pentacles, or the Three of Earth, same thing, is being clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. This is looking back on the seeds you've planted. Which, frankly, I feel like you've been doing this work. I don't feel like this is something that's necessarily overnight, but you've been planting the seeds. You've been putting forth the work, energy, and effort. And there's divine timing at play. Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. This is all about not overindulging, having patience, just putting one foot in front of the other. And then we have the Ten of Wands. I feel like whatever it is that you released or are releasing, for some of you, don't beat up on yourself, because it feels like you could have been stagnant, or like, why didn't I do this sooner? Or like the relief that comes and the shift that comes and how amazing things are on the other side of whatever this shift is, feels almost like there could be an energy of, oh, why didn't I do this sooner? Like a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever. Divine timing was at play. Everything is meant to transpire when it does. But whatever that illusion, a lot of you could have felt trapped in a situation or in an energy, but it was an illusion, and you're coming to awareness of that. We do have the Justice card on the bottom, Libra energy. You are bringing balance back into your life. Wish fulfillment, again, that is the third time the star has come out, Aquarius energy. The third time. Like, you've got some major wish fulfillment coming through. But you also, it feels like it's bringing you faith, that faith back into your, well, I heard the twinkle in your eye, but, oh, for some of you, you're feeling alive again. Like you've been dead for years or something. Like you almost feel like you've been brought back to life. Either way, we have the Ten of Swords. Not only are you dropping the burdens, but you're dropping an old way of thinking, believing, seeing. Clarity is come in. But don't beat up on yourself again. If you feel like, why didn't I do this before? Everything was meant to transpire in this divine timing. So you're going through a major shift. That is some good stuff. 3 wish fulfillments, and they were all the star. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy good. Crazy good. Okay. Earth signs, your well-being card. The harder I push against it, the more I attract its essence. When you find some unwanted thing that you want to shout no at, shout briefly, and then turn your attention to the thing you do want. Any attention to anything is practicing of the vibration that will bring it unto you. So in layman's terms, that which you focus on, you perpetuate. Good, bad, indifferent, wanted, unwanted. It's the law of attraction. It's the law of vibration. When you're focused upon a thing, whether you want it or not, even if you're saying no, the universe doesn't understand no or yes. It just understands that you are focused on this thing, your attention, your energy, you're attracting it. So I feel like it's a nice time for earth signs to be super grateful that goodness is coming their way. Let's move on to air signs. As I shuffle, I'm going to read the chat. Hello, Elizabeth. Good evening. Okay, I still have 2 more decks to shuffle. Getting there, slowly but surely, getting to the air signs. One more, last one. Okay. Air signs at 2202. 222. All right. The good stuff. What's the good stuff? This is for Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placement. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. This is the good stuff. And apparently we are pulling out lots more cards than normal. So, ooh. All right. So, whoop. Air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, the good stuff. We have number 21, strategy. You are in the energy of strategy, strategic, mapping something out. I heard looking for the best results, and it's pertaining to number 31, bad health, which I will say came out sideways. And sideways to me feels like it's not strong in one way or the other. We could be halfway through a health situation. I mean, when you're sideways, it feels like you could be bringing something on or completely coming out of it. So there's strategy pertaining to bad health. Could be your health, could be somebody you're dealing with. I feel like I need to mention that bad health doesn't have to be a sickness per se, because I'm seeing overweight. So, oh, and now I'm hearing chain smoking. So bad health could be any type of health issue. Doesn't necessarily have to be, I mean, it could be a cold, of course. It could be addictive behaviors. It could be weight. Or even if it's not, like, I'm just seeing junk food. Which who doesn't like a little bit of junk food every now and again? So I don't know why I was pulled into that, but there could be some kind of strategy for you to shift the way you're eating. I feel like that is a safe way to say it. Um, and or the things that you're partaking in, um, indulging in, if you will. Either way, we have the four. Oh, okay. That's a little deeper. Um, for some of you, the health habit could pertain to the amount of partners you have. I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully, whoever that's for got the message. Okay. We have the four of water. This is somebody, okay, there could be rejection involved, but it's somebody who is unsatisfied with the emotional opportunities that they have been receiving. There's something with this pertaining to an apple tree, because I'm looking and I'm seeing all the apples on the ground. Interesting. I heard missing the mark. So, either way, this is somebody who, it could be rejection or just being unsatisfied. Leanne, I was starting to worry about you, but I'm in the middle of a reading, so I will scold you in a minute. But if you can see, Spirit's bringing another opportunity. So really, there's no need to be beating up on yourself. And especially if this is pertaining to, like I said, I'm getting this strong energy about weight or health or overconsumption and things. Like, I'm not really feeling health as in, I mean, it could be, but that's not the bad health I'm feeling. And I feel like you're on the verge of a breakthrough. But for some of you, you could be focused more on, okay, this just feels maybe this is not everybody's message unless there's a bunch of air signs going through this. So bear with me or watch a different placement of yours. If this is your sun, go watch your rising. It literally feels like the energy, which I've never gotten this before, but I feel like it's spot on for somebody because it will not go away. Like, okay, I'm gonna go on a diet and I'm not going to, eat at whatever. Like, I'm not going to eat this food anymore. And then halfway through the day, you're munching on whatever food that was, and you're like, ugh, like feeling so defeated and failure, and like looking at these things that you indulged in, and it's like, don't worry. You're not failing. Failing is when you completely give up, right? Or never starting to begin with. But it's a learning curve. And so it's all about repetition. And to make a shift and change, yeah, there are some people who are like, and done. And they're done and they shift and change. But that's not like that's everybody. And so just continuously, like, I feel like your strategy is more like, okay, instead of cutting it out completely, I'm only going to eat half of it when I eat it. There's something else. You're brewing up something, some kind of a strategy pertaining to this. And whatever it is, I feel like it's working. So quit getting down on yourself, because we have the Wheel of Fortune, Pisces, Sagittarius energy. This is a fresh new start, progress after what seems like stagnancy. So maybe, you've been not being able to cut out and again, I'm sorry about the whole it being about diet, but that's like the main thing that keeps popping into my mind. But let's say you've been starting to walk every day, even though you still ate that Twinkie, right? But you're going to start seeing progress because you also started walking every day. So there's some kind of unexpected progress, a positive shift or change that almost it releases whatever this well, I heard self-discrimination, like you're really getting down on yourself. I feel like earth signs have that getting on themselves as well. But we have the two of air. No, we don't. We have the two of earth. This is juggling. For some of you, you're being far too hard on yourself, and it's emotionally and energetically draining you. Like you're putting too much pressure on yourself, too much high expectations. And high expectations, no, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're not like getting on yourself when you maybe fall off the wagon just a smidgy. Like, you know, be compassionate, really, and know, like, okay, I'm just going to keep trying. I'm just going to, or maybe you haven't implemented the walking yet. And so after you eat that Twinkie, be like, okay, I did what I said I wasn't going to do today. And now I'm just going to go for a walk, clear my head about it. And either way, I feel like you're coming up with some kind of strategy. With the 6 of water, honestly, it feels as though this is not only reminiscent of your childhood, but I feel like there's some kind of a tie to the childhood that is why this habit is formed or why you're continuously falling off the wagon, right? Maybe it was that it was a habit that was created in the home, or sometimes these habits are created because home was rough and that was like, I mean, self-medicating, if you will. So, okay, let's get into this. This is taking a turn, but it's for somebody, so, you know, roll with it. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 5, attachment. Pertaining to number 21, family room. Yeah, feel like there's definitely something pertaining to the childhood, some kind of an attachment, something that, and I'm sure you're all sick of hearing about my paradigms, but that's what it is. It's internal, it is subconscious programming that's been there since childhood. And so there is a correlation, and that's what makes it so difficult to break said habits. It's not even that and all the lies they tell you about, you know, whatever you hear about. It's really an internal shift that needs to take place. If I were in your physical shoes, would start imagining myself as a non eater of icky, like, oh, I don't eat sugar. And then imagine that somebody's offering you a cupcake and you can be like, oh, I don't eat sugar, thank you. Not, I'm a recovering sugar addict. I don't eat sugar, thank you. Somebody's offering you booze. Oh, I don't drink, thank you. Not, oh, I don't drink anymore. No, I don't drink, thank you. I don't smoke, thank you. But visualize that every morning when you wake up, every night before you go to bed, throughout the day, whatever the situation is, and then change your habit. So, you know, if normally you know you eat your sweets at whatever time, that's when you take your walk. So anyway, enough lecturing from me. The Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. Love it. This is a time of fertility, Venusian energy. This is a time to take your dreams and make them a reality. So by the visualizing I was just talking about, that's how you make your dream a reality. It's also about success, abundance, prosperity. And it shows that you're going to be successful in whatever it is that you are desiring. And again, failure is only when you quit. So if you have a few hiccups, those are just learning curves. That's not failure. You didn't fail. You only fail when you quit or you never get started. Then we have the Chariot card, Cancer energy, victory, success, and movement forward. Let's clarify. Okay. Breaking the... Well, I heard, I don't think this is the way it's supposed to... I don't think this is the way it is said, but this is what I'm hearing. Breaking the bondages that bind you. And there could be some kind of a bondage again to whatever. Like, here's the deal. The eating, the smoking, the drinking, the whatever habit is not the root cause of whatever. It's just the effect, right? So it's moving past that root cause. What is the Four of Water? Four of Water is being clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Again, I feel like you're dwelling over mishaps, things that like you're putting forth the energy and effort and it's not happening. Like the scale's not going down and you're beating up on yourself because woe is me, you know, here's another day, another Twinkie, whatever the case is, another drink, another whatever. It's a slow moving process, but the Knight of Pentacles is very loyal, grounded, stable, and they continue forward no matter how long it takes. With the Three of Cups, not only do I feel like celebration is coming, but for some of you, this is pertaining to overindulging and partying, whatever that looks like for you. And then the Four of Wands. It definitely feels like slow and steady is going to win the race. There is a need to surround yourself with people who are rowing your boat, not poking holes in it. And you could even, again, this card signifies union of sorts, but I feel like it's more again about moving on to that templed path. And you are moving towards it slowly but surely. What is the Wheel of Fortune? Ooh, I have to make note that the World's on the bottom. So I definitely feel like you're going to move out of whatever this cycle is. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune is being clarified by the Ten of Swords in the reverse, the Three of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. I feel like there's a failure to understand. It's like you might be on a repeating cycle. But I feel like the reason being is because you're failing to understand that your thoughts, and there's a correlation with your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions. It's like you're no longer having faith and happy and joyful moving forward. And you've been up in your headspace, overthinking, overanalyzing, maybe not even sleepless nights, but it's like it feels stressful. Like you're just overdoing it. What I do think is interesting is then the Wheel of Fortune comes in. And I feel like that's when you get this little jolt of, I mean, progress, whatever the progress is. Let's say you step on the scale and you're down a pound and you're like, oh, you know, let's say you were invited out to a party and you're like, you know what, I'm just not going to go this one time. Maybe you went the day before. Maybe you're going to go the next day, but you said no once. Like there's some progress that comes in. What is the Two? Well, I can already tell you. The Two of Earth is you putting forth too much. I heard the shame game, which makes me think of the blame game, but it's almost like, are you shaming yourself? Interesting. So you do have faith. The faith comes back when you get this unexpected progress, whatever it is for you. And you're still moving towards your wish fulfillment, what it is that you desire. With the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, I feel like you need to tone it down a little and get off your own back. Celebrate your wins with, yes, like I'm doing this, and don't focus on your not wins, right? So yeah, it's okay to be like, okay, I said I wasn't going to eat this freaking Twinkie and then I ate it. I see where I misstepped. Instead of dwelling on it and being like, I'm never going to do it, it's never going to happen, go for a walk if it's about weight. If it's, you know, whatever it's about, think about it, be in it for a minute, and then let it go and move on, right? What's the Six of Air? Six of air. It's six of water. Good grief. What is wrong with me? So the Six of Water is being clarified by the Queen of Swords, Libra energy specifically, but it's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The King of Wands, Sagittarius specifically, but it's Aries, Leo, Sag. And the Sun card, happiest card in the deck. It is Leo energy, joy, happiness, success, abundance, prosperity, creativity. So the Queen of Swords is balance. Could be that you're dealing with... again, I feel like the Six of Water is more about nostalgia of the past, but then also something pertaining to the past that is really making it clear that there's a correlation between your past and whatever this bad health habit is, right? And I feel like that's where the strategy lies. That's where the flip, the shift happens, is recognizing whatever it is from the past. Now, again, we have Libra energy or air energy, which for me could just be balance and clarity, being able to understand, also being able to embody that energy of cutting out people, places, and situations that don't serve you. With the King of Wands, that's all about taking action. If this is a person in your life, they could be very charismatic, they could be an entrepreneur, they could go after what it is that they desire. But as an energy, I feel like you're getting very clear on what it is that is in your past. I feel like, again, you're the air sign, being very clear, willing out to cut out people, places, and situations that don't serve you. If this person is something from the past that has triggered all of this, I feel like you're cutting out that thought, that memory, whatever it is, perceiving it different. Either way, you're getting illumination on what it was from the past, and you're moving forward into the sun. You're the happiest card in the deck. Like, this is what shifts everything. Let's get to the underlying. We have the Empress and the Chariot. And again, this is pertaining to some kind of an attachment from the family room. Again, it could even be that this bad habit was something that you witnessed a family member doing, like whatever the case may be. You know, and if this isn't, I'm very stuck on the eating part, but like I said, I did get a vision of other things. So it could be like that you're a serial dater or partner connoisseur. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to be respectful. You could be a hoe, or male or female, just saying. And I don't mean any shame with that. I'm just trying to make sure that it's understood what I'm saying. So the Empress card, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Interesting. The Ten of Pentacles is longevity. It pertains to stability and security. With the Knight of Cups, that's emotions. And the Seven of Wands is somebody who's very defensive, right? I feel like you're moving towards this shift in whatever your strategy is, whatever you become aware of pertaining to the past, to the family, to the whatever, to the shifting out of this health situation. There's not only, it's almost like you are grounding your emotions, your desires, your, how do I explain that? It's like you've got your heart, your energy, like 110% into whatever it is that you're attempting to turn into reality. So the Empress, turning your dreams into reality, new beginnings, abundance, success, longevity, the Ten of Pentacles. This is longevity, upwards of 10 years. And the Knight of Cups, you've got your heart in it. You've got your emotions in this. You're moving forward and you're defending it from any other energy. So somebody comes up and is like, hey, let's go. Ooh, ooh. You're like, no, I'm good. Thanks. I'm protecting whatever I've become aware of, whatever I'm letting go of, whatever attachment I had, whatever was creating this. I figured it out. I've got the strategy, and nothing is going to deter me. Nothing is going to shift me. I'm in that Empress energy. I'm creating my new cycle. Like, cycle's done, complete. Awareness is half the journey. What's the Chariot card? These suckers fly. I don't know which one was first. I thought that one was. Whoop, now I'm flipping all sorts of cards. Nice. Okay. So the Chariot, rewards, victory, success, movement forward, a brand new passionate beginning, or Aries, Leo, Sag. The High Priestess, Pisces energy, following your intuition. The Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in. I feel like you're done waiting. I feel like the wait is over. The Tower, Aries, Aquarius. You've broken through whatever barrier or boundary or blocks were holding you to this behavior, if you will. Like I said, I feel like the awareness was half of the shift. Being aware of it was half of the shift, and not just aware like, okay, like, you know, I need to lay the Twinkie down. It's like, no, becoming aware of where that came from, the root cause. And it's something, again, from childhood, something pertaining to family. But once you become aware, it's like no holds bar. Now I'm getting a song. I think it's country. And the race is on, and here comes pride in the back, something. Maybe listen to that song. I don't know what it's called. But look up country song, the race is on. Like, you got this. You got this. Okay. Your well-being card, air signs. As I breathe deeply, I feel myself thrive. And thriving is what you're going to be doing. Thriving is as natural as breathing itself. By relaxing often and breathing deeply, your natural thriving is enhanced. Good grief. All right, we're moving on to Hwata signs. I'm going to shuffle and read the chats. Oh my gosh, I've got a lot to catch up on, which is nice because the last, however long, I haven't had any to catch up on. Oh, wow. I need to keep going. Okay. Oh, you know what you did, Leanne. Like, hello, does Leanne have a life now? She can't join in a live? Just saying. Show me what is accomplished. Failure is. I'm trying to quit smoking. I put it on. Yes, ladies, we are all in control of ourselves. You are accurate. Eat sugar-free popsicles. Elizabeth, that's what I used. And yes, I ate a lot of them, hence why they had to be sugar-free, because I would have probably, I don't know, I think I ate probably 4 or 5 popsicles a day. I am proud of you too, Elizabeth. George Jones, the race is on. I knew you'd come through with who it was. I just knew it. All right, I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up. Clearly, I was over shuffling because I was trying to read. That's good, though. You cannot shuffle too much. We have water signs coming up, and then fire, which apparently I just wrote fur. We have fur coming after water. Fur. Fur. Okay. Water signs at 5150. 5150 water. All right. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Water signs. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So please do take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and or crotch watch. Cross watch. Oh my God. It literally popped into my head that way. And then I was purposely trying to say it correctly. And then I literally said how it popped into my head. Cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. Oh my God. Like it popped into my head and I had to stop and was like, no, I'm going to say this correctly. Not how it just popped in. Bam. Okay, I'm getting a song, and I don't know if there's even any words, but it's making me think of Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy. And I think it's like the theme song or like the beginning, the intro song. And then I'm seeing him. I'll get to the song in a minute, but now I'm getting all these pictures, but where he's holding onto a chain and he's flipping in and out of a truck. Semi truck, and it's well, then I heard dumpster fire. But the song is dun 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 dun. I don't know the words. I don't even know if there is words. It might just be instrumental. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Let's take a sip. I'm parched. All right. Good stuff. I feel like I need to remind Spirit just the good stuff. Well, I think all the readings have been pretty good so far. I mean, clearly we all are moving through life, but it's the rainbow at the end of the life tunnel. Okay. Overall energy. Ooh, door to romance, number 33. That's my birthday. 3-3, which is coming up. I just looked at the calendar and I'm like, ooh, God, I'm going to be 46 soon. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm down with it. And it's pertaining to message, number 7. So something's opening up your romantic energy. I mean, I know February is coming, but this is coming in a message. So is somebody going to be communicating something with you? Maybe text, maybe via online, maybe a letter in the mail, or maybe there's some kind of intuitive message that you're receiving that is like making you just feel very romantic. What I do like to see is the 10 of fire. Maybe that's the dumpster fire, because as I picked it up, I heard dumpster fire. This is letting go. This is releasing the burdens, the things that have been weighing you down for far too long, overburdening yourself, right? And then we have the Ace of Wands, or Ace of Fire, same difference. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I love the little dragon. Ooh, this could be transpiring around the new moon, because that surely looks like a new moon to me, which I want to say is on tomorrow? Today. Is today the new moon? Why did I think it was on the 31st? Well, something could be coming in today for you. I did say around, so, if not today, maybe the next few days. Either way, it's an amazing opportunity. It's a brand new passionate beginning. It is drive, desire, forward momentum. And then we have a King of Air. King of Air, Gemini specifically, but it's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You could be dealing with this person, have it in your chart. I just am not a fan of this King of Air in this deck, because he really looks bored and unemotional and pretty much is bored. This is clarity, honesty, truth. It's somebody who's kind of a wordsmith. They speak their mind. I feel like it's their truth, not necessarily the truth. For some of you, it could pertain to public speaking. There could be some new opportunity for you to do some kind of public speaking. But goodness, don't let it be, unless it bores you. Like, don't do things that bore you. We'll clarify that King of Air here shortly. And that could be, well, romance makes me think of love, right? But it could be something that you're falling in love with, if that makes sense as well. That could be the opportunity, receiving a message. Yeah, so underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 16, patience. Divine timing is at play here, and it's pertaining to number 32, despair. What? I feel like you need to have patience. Get out of that disparaging energy. It's making me pull one more card. Okay, a couple more cards. Okay, that's enough. The reason I feel like there's something that transpired at some point that made you feel despairing. I feel like whatever that situation was, which we'll get into in a minute, it could have been financial, especially because in here it says not hiring. But it could have just been, frankly, that's just the cause of something much deeper. And it feels like there could have been something that you needed to work through pertaining to emotional, maybe abandonment wounds or lack or feeling less than. Either way, I feel like everything's shifting in divine timing. And we have the Lovers, Gemini energy, soulmate connection. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. This is one of the cards I just pulled, because that's the despair. That's negative thoughts manifesting into reality. And it's not just thoughts. It's deep subconscious programming, things that you might not even be realizing that you're co-creating. Then we have the 4 of Air, which I love. This is all about healing. meditating, guidance, insight, clarity, and that's what's going to bring the Chariot, victory, success, and forward momentum. Let's clarify, because whatever's transpiring underneath, I feel like when the clarity hits is when we're dropping the load, if you will. What is the 10 of fire? Ooh, well, I guess those were meant to come out. What are we dropping? I love the 10 of swords. I absolutely love the 10 of swords and the 10 of fire, because that to me is the ending of a cycle, an old way of thinking and believing, and the burdens that continuously kept replaying themselves. With the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is emotions. And because it's a page, it makes me think of adolescent or child or, I heard noob. I think that's a kid's slang for a newbie, somebody who is emotionally immature. But it's an old way of thinking pertaining to emotions and heartbreak. I feel like the earth, was it earth that we started with, might have gotten somewhat of a similar message. You could have that in your chart, but this isn't, you're dropping the burdens of something pertaining to love, emotions. It could even be something tied to one of your abilities, some kind of spiritual ability, because cup energy is also your intuition, your psychic abilities. An old way of thinking about it, maybe tied to some kind of a heartbreaking situation. But for the majority, I feel like it's pertaining to love and child love or immature love. An old way of thinking about romance. Healing that. Okay. Can't let it go. Just have to keep spewing away about it. Because if Spirit gives me a message, we're not done. Dropping the burdens, dropping the old way of thinking and believing is what's literally opening your door to romance. I mean, old thoughts and beliefs can block you. Like, thanks for more. People who think things like, oh, the best ones are always taken, or whatever the saying is, that's a block, and you're keeping yourself from receiving, because you're literally saying, this is my belief, so this is what I'm focused on, so nothing can come through, until you shift the belief or let it go. So what's this Ace of Fire? Good grief, we got cards flying everywhere. So the Ace of Fire is being clarified by the Queen of Wands, Aries energy specifically, but it's Aries, Leo, Sag, could be dealing with that, have that in your chart. This is the energy of somebody who's very passionate, driven. They go after what it is they desire, masculine energy. They have to be in control. Interesting, because whether it's a person or an energy, I feel like if this is an energy, you're definitely moving away from it. And because I heard toxic masculinity. And the reason I feel like you're moving away from it is because then we have the Judgment card, which is Scorpio energy, which talks about surrender and moving in a new direction. So whether it's a person that's in that energy or it's you that's been in that energy, I feel like there is a moving in a new direction away from that. And I feel like the reason being is because it was tied to devil energy, toxic, some kind of toxic masculinity. The Devil card, Capricorn energy, is also about like overindulging and trauma bonding and excess and shadow energy. Energy that we literally all have, but it's whether or not you're like swimming in that energy as, well, I guess not all of you swim. Pisces. Crabs, well, I guess crabs swim, and Scorpios don't, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. Like, are you swimming in the toxicity? Are you in it every single day? Is it part of your embodiment, your life? That's what it's talking about. And the Four of Wands in the reverse. So the Four of Wands is, again, for me, it's temple path. Now, it could pertain to the ending of a union or a celebration. I had an itch in my eyeball. But I feel like it's more talking about not being on your temple path. Like you're walking a toxic path, or you were. And this is also what you're dropping, you're ending. So whether it's with a person or you've been in this energy, you're surrendering all of this and letting it go and moving in a new direction. And that's when you have this opportunity, this opening. I heard through a sliver of hope. I don't really like hope myself, but interesting. So, for some of you, this door to romance is opening because you're leaving a situation. That King of Air, that I'm not a fan of in this deck, is being clarified by the Two of Cups in the reverse. Love don't live here anymore. The Queen of Swords in the reverse, very unbalanced, and the Sun. The Sun, I feel like, is illumination, but I also feel like you receive the Sun once you become clear on whatever this is. Now, whether it's your energy or somebody that you're dealing with, either way, you're going to become very clear on this, and things are going to shift. I heard exponentially. Whoever this king is, I feel as though they're the same as the Queen of Swords in the reverse. And I feel like this is a loveless situation where there's a lot of clouded judgment. There could be somebody who's very quick to anger or quick to, like, there's no balance. Like somebody's very quick to spew out their thoughts and opinions. They could be verbally abusive. This is energy of very the maturity. This feels like a page energy. So whether this is you, your energy, or somebody you're dealing with, now even if it's somebody you're dealing with, you called it into yourself, right? But I feel like that's what you're dropping. That page energy, that this isn't on your templed path, that this isn't I feel like whoever this person, like, this isn't love, and there's no healing this. This is somebody who's highly opinionated, verbally abusive. There's no clarity or truth. And I feel like it's all being illuminated. Let's get to the underlying, shall we? You could have somebody who's coming in for you with the Lovers in the underlying, but I feel like more than anything, it's you embracing what a soulmate connection is. And frankly, this could have been a soulmate connection if it helped you grow out of whatever called this into you to begin with, right? We have the Justice card, Libra energy, the High Priestess, Pisces energy, and the Three of Wands. So with the Lovers card, again, it's making choices from the heart, but it's also soulmate connection. And I feel like it's really, truly um, loving yourself, but also there could be somebody coming in. I just feel like there's a need for you, and this is all happening in divine timing. Balance, to bring in balance. The High Priestess, following your intuition, and the Three of Wands. I feel like you're definitely waiting for your ships to come in. In fact, you're creating it. You're manifesting it. Gemini, Virgo energy. What's this Five of Earth? I feel like it's that air sign. Okay. So I feel like the Five of Earth, again, is negative thoughts that continuously manifest. And it doesn't just happen to manifest with finances or relation. Like, it starts seeping into all areas of your life, especially when you're in this energy. So we have the Six of Wands, and I feel like you're recognizing the Three of Swords, something that you've been holding on to for a very long time that is what's been creating that. Hence, what you called in to begin with, what you're finally letting go of. And I feel like with the recognition of that and your thoughts creating your reality, with the Page of Wands, you're moving forward with passion, drive, and desire towards none other than the healing, the inspiration, the clarity, the insight, the downloads, the meditation. What is the Four of Wands? Interesting. I wonder if you're embodying that Queen of Wands energy. Why, you ask? Because the insight that comes from meditation, the healing that you're going to be going through, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Not only is that wish fulfillment, but it's putting forth the work, energy, and effort to be into your own self, into your dreams and desires. It's also reaping the rewards of your labor with the Queen of Wands. So I feel like you could be embodying that Queen of Wands energy, that passion, that drive, that masculine energy to move forward, to take a leadership role in your own life. And the Fool. Well, the healing and the clarity that you receive is creating a brand new cycle. You're moving in a new direction, taking a leap of faith. Aquarius, Aries. Which brings us to the Chariot, the forward momentum, the victory, the success, the moving forward. We have a lot of fire energy. Ooh, I like that. And bam. Okay. That's you. Knight of Wands, forward momentum, victory, success, movement forward. Five of Cups in the reverse. You're no longer focused on what didn't work out. You're no longer in the despairing energy. You're no longer harboring or holding on to this. Frankly, it feels like you've let this situation go. If this isn't a person, for some of you, I'm feeling, this is your energy in relationships. I feel like that would be for like one person. I don't feel like that's a majority. Anyways, then we have the Wheel of Fortune, Pisces, Sagittarius energy. Not only is it progress, like a major boost in progress after a time of stagnancy, forward momentum. We have the Ace of Swords, clarity, truth, a new way of thinking and believing. You, Aquarius, Aries, no, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, the Hanged Man, Pisces, a new perception, and the Sun card, happiness, joy, abundance, creativity, success, for the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So, for a lot of you, oh, my nose itches. You are dropping the burden and an old way of thinking and believing pertaining to a page, kind of love or romance or emotional what you're accepting. Like you're shifting what you accept in your life, and it's all tied to some kind of a heartbreaking situation, I feel like, from the past. It's an old way of thinking that, this is what I deserve, this is good, or whatever, or like placating it, or not knowing your worth, maybe. I feel like we figured out you're probably going to be this Ace of Wands, unless this is a totally different person, but take it how it resonates. It's feeling like masculine energy, being in control, taking charge. Just be careful. Masculine energy, be in balance with your feminine. You're surrendering and moving in a new direction, or maybe that's why, because you're embodying this, because you're like, everything else has been toxic and I'm not on my templed path. Yeah, I feel like this is either, for most of you, I feel like this is a person you're dealing with, an air energy, or somebody who embodies that. And it could even be your energy in relationships. But either way, it's becoming very clear and apparent. Whatever despair that you've been creating in your life, I feel like you are uncreating, or not really uncreating. I feel like you're moving out of it. You're shifting. And it all starts, I feel like, with a message. You're definitely getting wish fulfillment. And all of this is transpiring in divine timing. And I keep hearing the sun will come out tomorrow. I guess I probably should have said it like 20 minutes ago when it popped into my head, but here I am telling you now. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. Okay. Nothing is more important than that I feel good. Don't do anything that you don't really want to do. Keep yourself in a place of feeling good. Reach for the thought that feels better and watch what happens. It's like a domino effect. The more good you think, the more good. And then all of a sudden it starts showing up in your life. It's beautiful. Let's move on to fur signs, because that's how I wrote it. Fur, F-I-R, fur signs. As we're moving on, I am going to shuffle and read the comments. Yeah, thanks, Leanne. Tell people. You tell them. Tell them, sister. Like, share, subscribe. Hello, shadow of your, shadows of me. I always say it wrong. Shadows of you, shadows of me. Hello, Aquarius. I just finished that one. We're on fire after I'm done reading the chat, and I didn't just finish it. It was the second one. Oh, good, BB. I'll get done shuffling here eventually. Eventually. Last deck. Last deck that needs a little shuffle. I need to get some new decks. I'm feeling the itch for some new tarot decks. I have a lot, but I'll have to see what tickles my fancy. Okay. Fire signs. Lastly but not leastly, we are on the fire at 79.55. 79.55. All right, fire signs. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. See, I said it right. I said it right. This is the good stuff. I only want the good stuff. Just the good stuff. Good stuff for the fire signs, please. Just the good stuff. Only the good stuff, or I'm going to start putting cards back. Oh, well, I showed up in your reading. That's pretty good. It is. It's good. Okay. Ooh, gotta cross my legs. Ooh, okay. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the good stuff that's coming to you. We have number 16, patience. I know who wants to see that. Patience, divine timing is at play. So don't overindulge. Don't feel a need to rush or force or control. Go with the flow. Divine timing is at play. When it comes to number 23, courthouse. So if you're dealing with some kind of I heard financial security. So for some of you, there could be something truly pertaining to that, but it feels more like official business, right? So if it's not necessarily court related, it could be some kind of governmental something that you're dealing with. And I feel like you just need to be patient and don't stress and just divine timing's at play. Everything's going to work out. Courthouse to me also talks about justice. And so it's going to be balanced and fair. Now, balanced and fair to me is that it's balanced and fair to all parties. So however that looks, right? It's not all about you. I mean, it is, but it's not. You know what I mean? So we have the World card. Love when the World card pops out because that's growth. It's time to celebrate. You finally shifted out of an old cycle. This is Capricorn Aquarius energy, and it's all about an old cycle ending in order for you to step into, well, now I'm hearing a whole new world. So success, joy, happiness, brilliant. It's brilliant. Love that energy. We have a 5 of fire. Now that's not necessarily bad, but it's like kind of drama and chaotic energy. It could be pertaining to people around you, but I feel like they're a reflection of what's going on internally. If you see this person holding up their little wand, there's a mirror, so it's being reflected back to, there could be some chaos that you're moving through that you're going to need to, put on lockdown. Then we have me. Nobody else, just me, because I'm a Pisces. It's all about me. The King of Water, specifically Pisces, me. But it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Could be dealing with a water sign. Have this in your chart. This is somebody who's highly intuitive, psychic, kind, caring, compassionate. They feel things very deeply. They don't always show their emotions. Now I'm getting the song, poker face. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know what it is. I'm hearing pup. Oh, you know what's interesting? There's some words in that song that, anyways, poker face. That's what I'm getting. So take that how it resonates. And the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 49, Angel of Love, pertaining to number 21, Family Room. And then we're just going to jump right over to the 6 of Water. So the 6 of Water is kind of romanticizing how things used to be. Maybe thinking back of the good old days when You were so naive and wanted so desperately to be an adult and move out of your parents' home. And then you became an adult and you were like, ugh, I maybe didn't enjoy growing up, but I sure do miss not having to pay bills or take care of anybody. Maybe that was just me. Anyway, I feel like this could possibly be, if you are romanticizing about the past, I feel like it's good in the respect that I feel like it's really lighting up your emotions. The angel of love, feeling that love and happiness. And because it's pertaining to family room, it could be a family situation. However, I feel like for some of you, there could be somebody coming back around from the past. So we will be clarifying for you here. There's definitely an ending coming, though, to a cycle you've been going through of patiently waiting for a resolution of sorts. All right, fire signs. What's the world card? What are we ending? Queen of Swords. Okay, how am I meant to take that? Okay, what's ending? Queen of Swords. Libra energy. Whatever this is, it could be a single mom. It could be that you're dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You could have that in your chart. Specifically Libra, this is all about balance. Somebody who's kind of diplomatic. They want to hear what other people have to say, or willing to, I should say. Not that they necessarily want to, but they're very clear and concise on what it is that they want and desire. They're willing to cut out people, places, and situations that don't serve them. We have the Six of Cups in the reverse, and then we have the Emperor in the reverse. So I feel like what we're cutting out is something that maybe, I don't know if you blocked it out from the past or if you refused to, it's almost like there was, it's almost like there was a refusal to accept something from the past. With the Emperor in the reverse, it could be your energy because it is specifically Aries, or it could pertain to a boss or a father figure or somebody who was in charge or in control. But in the reverse, it's like out of control. It's somebody who isn't grounded and stable, somebody who's very controlling, somebody who kind of tramples on others. It's the energy of somebody who isn't taking a leadership role. They're just kind of an authoritarian, maybe. It almost feels like you're getting clarity on, it feels like a misconception. Like you're not truly, I don't know if it's that you're not interpreting it correctly or you're like all the cups are spilled out, right? In the upside down position, everything's spilled out. I mean, it could talk about somebody not coming back around from the past, but clearly I feel like there's something that you're putting to an end, and it's a way that you rejected the past or perceived the past. And I don't know, again, if this is your energy, but it's lacking. It's like, well, I heard false advertisement. It almost feels like wearing a mask Okay. Give me... I don't know if this past energy is you or not. I feel like there's something that you're having clarity on and that you're cutting out. And that's what ends this cycle. But it's something pertaining to your emotional past, possibly childhood, and either your lack of control or it's something I need more clarity on that. Like I'm not being able to bring it into words at this moment. So we're going to come back to that. We have the Fool card on the bottom, though, which I like to see after the World card, because that means that you've completely closed out this cycle and you're moving forward. What is the Five of Wands or Five of Fire? Oh, God. I love it when that happens. Even if the card isn't necessarily the greatest in the deck, I still love it when that happens. So the Five of Fire is being clarified by the same exact card. Drama, chaos, giving your energy away. With the High Priestess, I feel like you're being called to follow your intuition, Pisces energy, which if you're in this energy or around this energy, I don't feel like you're doing. You're being called to follow your intuition pertaining to a Two of Cups. Now, this could be a person because it does seem like maybe somebody's coming back around from the past. But I also feel like there's a need to heal maybe your feminine and masculine sides within yourself, bringing yourself into balance. What's the King of Water? Am I taking that? Yes. This is supposed to be the good stuff. I'm just saying. It's supposed to be the good stuff. Okay. So the King of Water, we have the Eight of Pentacles, putting forth work, energy, and effort. But not recognizing the Knight of Wands, the chironic wounding. I feel like these are tied together, and I feel like this is your energy right here. I feel like you're lacking to recognize. It's like, I don't even think this is a person, honestly. I mean, it could be, but I feel like this is the energy of your emotionals, right? Your emotionalness. I mean, if it's somebody you're dealing with, I get it. But I feel like you're getting clarity and finally cutting out the fact that you refuse to recognize some kind of past situation, your childhood, whatever. You were viewing it from maybe a victim mentality. And it's like you're refusing to see this chironic, like it feels like you're not in control, but you're wearing the emperor clothing. Like you're wearing a mask, like you're embodying the emperor, but it's in the reverse, which to me says that you're not in the emperor energy. You're in the opposite of that. You're in the shadow energy of that. So you're out of control. You're not taking a leadership role in your own life. It's like playing the victim or blame or whatever. Either way, the good news is that there's clarity on that. Now, it could have been that there was somebody in your life in childhood that was like that, but this isn't, your Six of Cups is not in the upright. So it feels like it's you. It feels like you your energy, but you're becoming clear about that. And I heard it's the day of reckoning. And now I'm getting a song. Uh, I don't know. It's got the day of reckoning in it, whatever the song is. That cycle's finally coming to an end. Whatever you've got going on here is going to be reflected back to you. And it's drama. And you're being called to follow your intuition and heal. Heal, whether it's a relationship from the past with yourself, with your younger self, with your masculine, feminine, with your family. I mean, we do have angel of love and family room. So it could be your family, but I feel like I mean, unless this is somebody that you're trying to put forth work, energy, and effort into, which you could if it's not your own emotions, you're not recognizing your chironic wounding. It's like you've sidestepped that part of you. You're not recognizing it. You're not taking accountability for it. You're not seeing it. Although with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like it's coming. Slowly. Divine timing. It's happening. Let's get to the underlying, because this feels like a big craziness. Again, angel of love with the family room and the 6 of water. 6 of cups. Just keep going. Okay. So, I don't necessarily feel like somebody's coming back around from the past. I feel like this is past childhood. I feel like you were, I don't know, evading, I heard, or perceiving something wrong. And I don't know that you can, because perception is in the eye of the beholder. So I don't really understand how that's wrong, but I feel like there was a need to shift your perception and come out of the victim mode. Because I feel like there's something that you're avoiding. Although, like I said, I feel like clarity comes in and you cut it out. And that's what gets you out of that energy. That's what shifts everything. Again, I feel like there's nostalgia. And once you clarify, well, I keep hearing clarify. Once you get the clarity and you cut that out, it opens up the door for love pertaining to your family. Then there's nostalgia. I feel really emotional right now, and I feel like there's a lot of things that were missed out on because of the views that you held for far too long. With the 7 of Pentacles, you're going back on the seeds that you had planted. You're understanding from childhood the seeds that you planted. And you end up going within with the Hermit card, which the Hermit Virgo energy is all about going within, really figuring out your truth, your spiritual, what you're passionate about, what drives you, and moving towards your North Star, which is going to be like your North Node, what your purpose and destiny is. It's getting closer to a higher self. With the Page of Wands, again, that's your energy. And again, I feel like you're coming out of this as a fresh new person, moving with passion, drive, and desire. I heard expectation. What is it that you're moving through? Well, we have the 5 of Pentacles, abandonment issues, financial. I mean, I feel like whatever this is has affected quite a bit in your life. This is something, again, that you have been avoiding and holding on to and mismanaging since childhood. With the 5 of Pentacles, it's it's the repetitive thoughts and belief systems that continuously left you in lack and playing the victim or victor, because both of those are on a very shadowy spectrum. But it feels like abandonment and feeling left out in the cold. And I feel like you're almost tackling that head on, moving through that energy with the Tower card, Aquarius, no, Scorpio, Aries energy. I feel like this is life changing. I feel like you are turning your back on the old and moving forward, waiting for your ships to come in. And that's when you get the Two of Cups. Not only have you healed some emotional aspect within you, but I feel like romance actually comes in, and we have the Sun card. The Sun, again, happiest card in the deck. Leo energy, joy, happiness, creativity, abundance, fulfillment. Literally, I feel like it's like Judgment Day, but it's your own judgment. And there's something that's been blocking you since childhood. And it's not even that it's been blocking you. It's like you've blocked yourself from the healing, is what it feels like. Mismanagement. It's like these same words are coming through. So maybe somebody needs to hear it like that. But it's like you refuse to recognize your part or your perception or whatever it is. Very interesting. That was long. But it all works out in the end. That's why it's the good stuff. Whatever you've been going through, there's clarity. There's movement forward. I was like just hoping for like some really good cards and like, oh, we don't even need to clarify. This is so good. Whatever. I'm not here to fix anything. I'm here for fun. You are not here to fix anything because nothing is broken, but everything is continually changing and expanding. Release your struggle and seek joy and fun. And in doing so, you will align, you will align with the fantastic expanding rhythm of the universe. I agree wholeheartedly. We're not here to fix anything because nothing's broken. What I will say, though, is that when we're holding on to past things and continuously regurgitating and bringing them back up and wearing them as like this badge of honor because we had an experience and then we take it on as if it's like our life. It's not that you need to fix it. You need to perceive it in a different way. Like that was just an experience. And, I like to look at my childhood, regardless of how it was, as perfect, because there's no blame or shame or regret. It is literally perfection. I personally do things different than my parents did, but they were taught from their parents. They were programmed at a young age, their paradigm, their subconscious. So my perception of it is what has allowed me to not, I could just as easily do it differently, like a lot of people, and oh, it's this person's fault or it's that person's fault and they did this and they did that. That's playing the victim. Or I'm winning because I'm never going to do it the way they did it. That's now I'm no longer the victim. I'm the victor. It's ego is what it is. And it's not helpful for your life. But we all can choose to do whatever we so choose to do. It just feels like there's something that you've been mismanaging that needs a little attention. So that being said, that is what I have for the fire signs. Let me read the comments. Oh yeah, poker face. I'm trying to think if Cap was good. I thought it was decent. I feel like they were all decent. I say it's the good stuff. I tell Spirit to give me the good stuff. I feel like it ended on a good note, but I feel like they all kind of started off with, but it's real life. So, I guess if things were going perfecto, you all wouldn't be here watching. So it's kind of like, yeah, here's what you might be moving through. And guess what? It does have a happy ending. I just prefer when like every card is like, oh, like brilliantly amazing. Like Leo had been getting the last few, I want to say month, their mid-month in January, and then their February monthly was like, you know, something to envy for sure. The bad stuff. Maybe I will. What's the horrible, horrible stuff taking place? No, I wouldn't want to do it from chaos because then I'd be putting my own juju on that. Gotta have pure juju when you're doing the readings. It's your juju I want to pick up on, not mine. Oh my goodness. Yeah, other people's chaos. All right. I appreciate you all for hanging out and watching. I'm going to get the timestamps going and watch them all. Just don't be attached to, like, you know, just listen for what, like, makes your ear holes perk up. Oh, thank you. Shadows of You, Shadows of Me. I'm going to take the time to actually read that because I feel like the first couple times I read it, every time I see your name, I butcher it. Anyways, thank you all for joining me. I will be back on Friday at 4 p.m. Apparently, Leanne got herself a life, and so she's late to the party all the time. I forgive you, Leanne, I guess. No, I'm kidding. I'm super stoked that things are working out for you and that you're, you know, have a life outside of me. Either way, I will see you all on the next one. And, oh, you know, I feel like I put the February monthlies out far too soon. But like I'm already itching to do the mid-month. So we'll see what happens. I'm like, oh, I really want to get the mid-months going. And when I feel compelled to do them, I can't hold on to them for too long before I release them. So we'll see what happens. All right. See you on the next one.